Western medicine tells you to take finasteride and use minoxidil. That's it. 2 products, minimal routine, and hope for the best. Meanwhile, Korean men in their 40s and 50s are walking around with thick, healthy hair that looks like it belongs to someone 20 years younger. What are they doing that we're not? The answer isn't genetics. It's a completely different philosophy about hair care that prioritizes prevention, scalp health, and systematic daily maintenance over just blocking DHT and hoping. I've spent the last 2 years studying Korean hair loss prevention methods, testing them on myself, and analyzing data from thousands of men who have implemented these routines. The results are honestly incredible. Men who were losing ground on standard Western protocols started seeing regrowth within months of switching to a Korean-inspired routine. Not everyone, but enough that the pattern is undeniable. Today, I'm going to break down the complete Korean approach to preventing and reversing hair loss, step by step, product by product, technique by technique. This isn't about buying expensive Korean products, although some are worth it. This is about understanding a fundamentally different approach to hair care that treats your scalp like the complex ecosystem it is, rather than just a DHT battleground. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap for implementing Korean hair loss prevention methods, and you'll understand why this approach is producing results that surprise even dermatologists. Let's start with the fundamental difference in philosophy. Western hair loss treatment is reactive and reductive. You're losing hair, so we block the hormone causing it, and we stimulate growth with vasodilators. It's a two-pronged approach focused entirely on the follicle and DHT. Korean hair care is preventative and holistic. The focus is on creating optimal scalp health, improving circulation through multiple mechanisms, supporting the follicle environment with targeted nutrients, and maintaining these practices consistently before you even have visible hair loss. Korean men typically start intensive scalp care routines in their mid-20s, not when they notice thinning in their 30s. By the time a Western guy addresses his hair loss, he's already lost years of preventative care. But here's the good news. Even if you're starting late, the Korean approach still works. It just requires more intensity and consistency. The Korean routine I'm going to outline has 7 core steps, performed in a specific order with specific techniques that matter. This isn't random. Each step prepares your scalp for the next step and serves a distinct purpose. When you do all 7 steps in order, you create a synergistic effect where each intervention amplifies the others. Skip steps or do them out of order and you lose effectiveness. Step 1 is scalp scaling. This is probably the most important and most overlooked step in Western hair care. Scalp scaling is the deep cleansing of your scalp to remove dead skin cells, excess sebum, product buildup, and oxidized oils that create inflammation. In Korea, you can go to specialized scalp clinics for professional scaling treatments, but you can absolutely do effective scaling at home. The technique matters here. You're not just washing your hair. Before you even wet your hair, you apply a scalp scaling product to dry hair and scalp. Korean scalp scalers typically contain ingredients like salicylic acid, tea tree oil, charcoal or clay that bind to impurities and help lift them from the scalp. You massage this into your dry scalp thoroughly for 3 to 5 minutes, really working it into every area. The massage during scaling serves multiple purposes. You're mechanically loosening the buildup, you're improving circulation, and you're spreading the active ingredients across your entire scalp. Use your fingertips, never your nails, and use firm pressure. You want to feel your scalp moving under your fingers. This isn't a gentle spa massage, this is therapeutic work. After massaging the scaler into dry hair for 3 to 5 minutes, you add a small amount of water and continue massaging. The scaler will emulsify and this is when it's most effective at binding to the oils and impurities. You'll notice the texture changes, it becomes more slippery. Keep massaging for another 2 to 3 minutes, then rinse thoroughly with lukewarm water. Why does this matter so much? Because buildup on the scalp creates a breeding ground for inflammation. The sebum oxidizes, bacteria and fungi overgrow, dead skin cells accumulate and clog follicle openings. All of this creates chronic low-grade inflammation that weakens follicles and accelerates miniaturization. Scalp scaling removes this inflammatory debris and gives you a clean foundation. Data from HairBuddy users shows that men who implement weekly scalp scaling report significant reductions in itching, flaking, and greasiness within 2 weeks. More importantly, when we track their hair density over time, the users doing regular scaling show better results from their other treatments compared to users who skip this step. The clean scalp allows everything else to work better. You should do intensive scalp scaling once per week. Some Korean protocols recommend twice per week if you have very oily scalp or significant buildup, but once per week is sufficient for most men. Do it on a day when you have time to do the full routine properly. Like Sunday evening, step 2 is the pre-shampoo treatment. After scaling, you apply a treatment to your scalp before shampooing. This might seem counterintuitive since you just cleaned your scalp, but this step serves a different purpose. The pre-shampoo treatment is about delivering active ingredients to a clean, receptive scalp. Korean pre-shampoo treatments often contain ingredients like ginseng extract, which improves circulation and has been shown to promote hair growth, or fermented ingredients like rice water, which strengthen the hair shaft and support scalp health. You can use a commercial Korean pre-treatment product, or you can make your own with ingredients like rosemary oil, peppermint oil, and a carrier oil. Apply the pre-treatment to your clean, damp scalp and massage it in for 2 to 3 minutes. The goal is to let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before shampooing. This gives the active ingredients time to penetrate. Some guys will apply the pre-treatment after scaling, then do other shower tasks or even step out of the shower for 15 minutes before coming back to shampoo. Why add this step? Because a clean scalp absorbs active ingredients much more effectively than a scalp covered in sebum and buildup. By scaling first, then applying targeted treatments, you maximize the delivery of beneficial compounds to your follicles. Studies on transdermal absorption show that penetration increases dramatically when the skin barrier is clean and prepared. Step 3 is the first shampoo. Notice I said first. Korean hair care uses a double cleanse method, similar to Korean skincare. The first shampoo is about removing any remaining oils and the pre-treatment. This is a gentle cleanse with a pH-balanced shampoo that won't strip your scalp. The key here is technique. You're not scrubbing your hair, you're cleaning your scalp. Apply a small amount of shampoo to your fingertips, then work it into your scalp in circular motions. Cover every area systematically. You're creating a light lather that cleanses without being harsh. Rinse thoroughly. Step 4 is the second shampoo, and this is where use a treatment shampoo with active ingredients. This could be ketoconazole 2%, which has antifungal and anti-androgenic properties. It could be a Korean medicinal shampoo with ingredients like biotin, panthenol, niacinamide, or caffeine. The point is that the second shampoo is functional, not just cleansing. Apply the treatment shampoo to your scalp and massage it in thoroughly. This time, you want to let it sit for 5 full minutes. Set a timer if you need to. The active ingredients need contact time to work. While you wait, you can wash the rest of your body, but make sure you're giving that shampoo time to penetrate. The reason for double shampooing is that the first cleanse removes oils and debris, while the second cleanse delivers treatment ingredients to a perfectly clean scalp. If you only do one shampoo with active ingredients, much of it is wasted removing oils rather than treating the scalp. The Korean double cleanse separates these functions for maximum effectiveness. Users tracking their progress with HairBuddy report that switching to a double cleanse method correlates with improved scalp comfort and reduced shedding within 3 to 4 weeks. The data suggests that the cleaner scalp environment created by double cleansing reduces inflammation and creates better conditions for the active ingredients in other treatments to work. Step 5 is the scalp essence or tonic. After rinsing out the second shampoo, while your hair is still wet, you apply a leave-in scalp treatment. In Korea, these are called scalp essences or tonics, and they're different from hair serums. Hair serums are for the hair shaft. Scalp essences are specifically formulated for scalp and follicle health. Korean scalp essences typically contain ingredients like dexpanthenol, which improves scalp health and reduces inflammation, niacinamide, which improves circulation and has anti-inflammatory effects, peptides that support follicle function, adenosine, which has been shown to promote hair growth, and various plant extracts with proven benefits. You apply the essence directly to your scalp in sections. Part your hair, apply a few drops, massage it in, then move to the next section. Cover your entire scalp, focusing on areas where you're thinning. The massage during application is important because it helps with absorption and improves circulation. The beauty of scalp essences is that they're lightweight and don't make your hair greasy or heavy. They're designed to be left on your scalp all day, continuously delivering active ingredients. This is fundamentally different from the Western approach where you apply minoxidil twice daily, and that's it. The Korean approach is about constant, gentle support rather than aggressive periodic dosing. Step 6 is the hair ampule or serum. Now we shift focus from scalp to hair shaft. Korean hair ampules are concentrated treatments that strengthen the hair, prevent breakage, and improve overall hair quality. They typically contain ingredients like hydrolyzed proteins, ceramides, amino acids, and various oils that penetrate the hair shaft. You apply a small amount of ampule to the length of your hair, avoiding the scalp. The goal is to strengthen and protect the hair you have. This is especially important when you're fighting hair loss because you want the hair that's growing to be as healthy and thick as possible. Weak, brittle hair breaks easily, which makes your hair look thinner, even if your follicles are healthy. Work the ampule through your hair with your fingers or a wide tooth comb. Focus on the mid-lengths and ends. You don't need much, maybe a dime-sized amount for medium-length hair. The ampule will protect your hair during styling and throughout the day. Step 7 is the leave-in treatment and protection. This final step involves applying a very light leave-in product that provides UV protection, heat protection if you style, and additional nourishment. Korean leave-in treatments are typically much lighter than Western products. They don't weigh hair down or make it greasy. Apply a small amount to damp hair, focusing on the ends and working your way up. Avoid the scalp with this product. The goal is to seal everything in, protect your hair from environmental damage, and provide a smooth, healthy appearance. That's the 7-step routine for wash days. Now you're probably thinking, that's a lot. How often do I need to do this? In the Korean approach, you do the full 7-step routine 2 to 3 times per week. On non-wash days, the routine is different and simpler, but still important. Let me break down the non-wash day routine. This is what you do on the days between your full wash sessions. The Korean philosophy is that your scalp needs attention every single day. not just on wash days. Western guys wash their hair and then ignore it for a day or two. Korean hair care involves daily maintenance. Every morning, on both wash and non-wash days, you start with scalp massage. This is non-negotiable. 5 to 10 minutes of scalp massage using proper technique. You're improving circulation, reducing tension, and supporting follicle health. Use your fingertips with firm pressure. Work systematically across your entire scalp and focus extra time on areas where you're thinning. The science behind scalp massage is solid. Multiple studies have shown that regular massage can increase hair thickness over time. The proposed mechanisms include improved blood flow, reduced scalp tension, mechanical stretching of follicle cells that triggers growth signals, and improved lymphatic drainage that reduces inflammation. From HairBuddy user data, the correlation between consistent daily scalp massage and positive outcomes is one of the strongest we see. Men who massage their scalps for at least 10 minutes per day, tracked over 6 months, show significantly better results than men who skip this practice regardless of what other treatments they're using. The massage is foundational. On non-wash mornings after your massage, you apply a morning scalp tonic. This is similar to the scalp essence you used after washing, but Korean morning tonics are often formulated to be lighter and to provide a refreshing sensation. They typically contain ingredients like menthol for the cooling sensation that improves circulation, caffeine, which has been shown to stimulate hair follicles, peptides, and growth factors, and various botanical extracts. You apply the morning tonic to key areas of your scalp, the hairline, temples, crown, anywhere you're concerned about. Massage it in briefly, then style your hair as normal. The tonic absorbs quickly and doesn't interfere with styling. Evening routine on non-wash days is where you get more intensive. After dinner, you do another scalp massage, this time for 15 to 20 minutes. This is your deep work session. You're spending real time improving circulation and reducing tension. Many Korean protocols incorporate tools for the evening massage. Scalp massage brushes with rubber or silicone tips, heated massage devices that combine heat with mechanical stimulation, or even cold therapy tools. The variety keeps the massage practice from getting boring and provides different types of stimulation. After the evening massage, you apply a more intensive scalp treatment. This might be a concentrated serum with higher levels of active ingredients, a natural oil blend, or a treatment specifically formulated for overnight use. Korean overnight scalp treatments often contain time-release ingredients that work while you sleep. You massage the treatment into your scalp, then leave it on overnight. Sleep on a towel or use a silk pillowcase to protect your bedding. In the morning, your scalp has absorbed the active ingredients and you start the day with your morning massage and light tonic. One unique aspect of Korean hair care is the emphasis on scalp temperature regulation. There's a belief, supported by some research, that chronically cold scalp has poor circulation while chronically hot scalp indicates inflammation. The goal is a neutral, comfortable scalp temperature. Korean protocols often use cool temperature rinses after washing to reduce inflammation and improve circulation. Some guys use cold caps or cold therapy on their scalp for a few minutes daily. On the flip side, heat can be beneficial too when used correctly. Some Korean spa treatments use warm steam on the scalp to improve absorption of treatments and to promote relaxation and circulation. At home, you can incorporate temperature therapy easily. After your evening massage and treatment application, some guys use a warm, damp towel wrapped around their head for 10 to 15 minutes. This helps with absorption and feels relaxing. Others prefer cold therapy, using a cold pack or cold towel for a few minutes to reduce any inflammation. Now let's talk about the active treatments that get layered into this routine. The Korean approach doesn't reject pharmaceutical interventions like finasteride or minoxidil, but these are used strategically within the broader routine, not as the entire strategy. Many Korean men use topical finasteride rather than oral. The goal is to block DHT in the scalp without creating systemic hormonal changes. Topical finasteride is applied once daily, usually in the evening after the massage and as part of the overnight treatment layer. Minoxidil is used but often at lower concentrations than the standard Western 5%. Some Korean formulations use 2 to 3% minoxidil combined with other active ingredients. The theory is that the comprehensive scalp care routine creates an environment where lower concentrations of minoxidil are more effective than higher concentrations would be on an unhealthy scalp. There are also Korean-specific ingredients that have research supporting their use for hair growth. Red ginseng extract has multiple studies showing it can promote hair growth and increase follicle size. It works through multiple mechanisms, including improving circulation, reducing inflammation, and potentially affecting hair follicle stem cells. Polygonum multiflorum, a traditional herb used in Korean and Chinese medicine, has been shown in studies to promote hair growth, possibly through effects on the hair growth cycle and follicle health. Korean hair products often contain standardized extracts of this herb. Camellia oil, extracted from tea plant seeds, is rich in oleic acid and antioxidants. It has been shown to penetrate the hair shaft and improve hair strength. Korean hair care uses camellia oil extensively, both in products and as a standalone treatment oil. Fermented ingredients are huge in Korean hair care. Fermented rice water, fermented ginseng, fermented green tea. The fermentation process breaks down ingredients into smaller molecules that are more bioavailable and creates beneficial compounds like amino acids and vitamins. There's actual research showing fermented extracts can be more effective than non-fermented versions for hair and scalp health. The way these ingredients are combined and layered is where Korean hair care really shines. You're not just using one or two products, you're building a routine with multiple layers, each serving a specific purpose, all working together. It's similar to the famous Korean skincare routines with 10 steps. The steps aren't redundant, they're complementary. Let me give you a realistic routine that combines Korean methods with Western pharmaceutical options. This is what's working for thousands of guys based on the data we see. Morning, every day, 5-minute scalp massage, application of a scalp tonic containing caffeine and niacinamide, style hair with a light leave-in product that has UV protection. Evening, every day, 15-minute scalp massage with proper technique. Application of treatment depending on the day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings. Apply topical finasteride 0.1% mixed with minoxidil 3% and other supporting ingredients. Let it absorb and work overnight. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday evenings. Apply a natural oil blend containing rosemary oil, peppermint oil, and camellia oil in a jojoba base. Massage thoroughly, leave on overnight. This routine looks complicated, written out, but once you build the habits, it takes maybe 15 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening on wash days, less on non-wash days. Compare that to the time you spend scrolling your phone, and it's really not that much of an investment for potentially saving your hair. The results from users following Korean-inspired protocols are impressive. We track data from HairBuddy users who log their routines and scan their hair regularly. Men who implement comprehensive Korean-style routines show, on average, a 30 to 40% reduction in daily shedding within the first 4 weeks. By week 8, Most report their hair feels thicker and healthier. By month 4, many show measurable increases in hair density when we compare their scans. What's particularly interesting is that these results hold up regardless of whether someone is using pharmaceutical DHT blockers. Men using topical finasteride within a Korean routine show better results than men using oral finasteride with a minimal routine. And men using just natural ingredients within a Korean routine show results comparable to men using minoxidil alone with no supporting routine. This suggests that the routine itself, the scalp care, the massage, the layering of treatments is doing significant heavy lifting. The DHT blockers and growth stimulants work better when the scalp environment is optimized. One HairBuddy user shared his journey in detail. He's 34, had been on oral finasteride for 2 years with moderate results. His hair loss had stopped, but he wasn't seeing regrowth. He switched to a Korean-inspired routine using topical finasteride instead of oral, added the full 7-step wash protocol, committed to 20 minutes of daily scalp massage, and layered in Korean scalp essences and natural oil treatments. Within 3 months, his HairBuddy scans showed a 15% increase in density in his crown area. His temples, which had been slowly receding despite finasteride, stabilized and started filling in. At the 6-month mark, the improvement was dramatic enough that people were commenting that his hair looked thicker. He attributed the change entirely to the comprehensive routine because his DHT blocker actually became less systemic when he switched from oral to topical. Another user, 28 years old, wanted to avoid finasteride entirely due to concerns about side effects. He implemented a Korean routine using only natural ingredients, scalp massage, dermarolling, and various Korean scalp treatments and oils. No finasteride, no minoxidil. After 8 months of religious consistency, his scans showed stabilization of his hair loss and modest improvements in density. Not dramatic regrowth, but definitely arrested the progression and thickened existing hair. These individual stories are backed up by aggregate data. When we analyze the routines of HairBuddy users who show the best results, certain patterns emerge. Consistent daily scalp massage is present in virtually all successful cases. Regular scalp scaling to maintain cleanliness and reduce inflammation correlates strongly with good outcomes. Using multiple treatment products in a layered approach works better than using 1 or 2 products alone. And tracking progress systematically keeps users motivated and consistent. Let's talk about the tracking piece specifically because this is where HairBuddy becomes really valuable. The Korean approach requires consistency over months to see results. In the first few weeks, you're not going to see dramatic visible changes. If you're relying on looking in the mirror to assess progress, you'll get discouraged and quit.